to end, my wife would kill me if I didn't bring this up, but
Oh, please.
I need to hear your thoughts on Kelsea Ballerini and why every awards show ever hates her and has never given her anything.
I think that Kelsea Ballerini is amazingly talented. First show I saw this year was Kelsea Ballerini's arena headlining debut
Nice.
for her tour, which was incredible. I honestly didn't even like. I like Kelsea Ballerini, but I'm not her target demographic. I can admit that. But I'm fascinated by the relationship people have with her music, right? Because it's a great example of something deeply personal, yet for whatever reason universal. For whatever, however that magic happens, it worked. Then I saw it and I was like, I remember my wife stayed home because we have the toddler. So if it's a weeknight, she stays home. I go by myself. So they gave me a pit ticket. So you can imagine 38-year-old me in the pit by myself with a phone being like, ooh, look at the girl. And it was a whole thing. People were definitely confused. Like 3 people asked me if I worked for her team. That's how out of place I look.
Yeah.
But
they're like, what's going on?
I was texting my wife and I was like, I get it. Like, I get it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is, it's like church to people in there. But I think when it comes to these big award shows, it's kind of like Taylor Swift syndrome, where it's like she does now Taylor Swift does win awards, but it's also like the audience has already awarded her. You know what I mean? Like, what is I feel like fans get obsessed with like they didn't give Morgan Wallen hasn't won Entertainer of the Year. I'm like, he's the top selling artist in the world. He doesn't, the trophy doesn't matter. He has generational wealth.
Absolutely.
It only matters to people who are like, people who are on some level are deeply like, they just want everyone else to agree with them, right? They want you to also be like, Kelsea Ballerini is the best artist of all time. So here's a trophy for her. And it's not enough that they know that and Kelsea believes that in her soul. But I mean, I think it's funny. It's good for the awards, but it's also, I also think that sometimes if I wanted to be a deep conspiracy, you want to put on our tinfoil hats.
Let's do it.
I think that if I'm the Academy of Country Music, for example, if I give Morgan Wallen all the awards every year, you're not going to watch because
it's true.
Morgan Wallen's going to steal the show. But if I deny your favorite artist an award year over year, you're going to hate watch. You're going to hate talk. You're going to like the amount of engagement built off not giving Morgan Wallen, Luke Combs, and Kelsea Ballerini awards and everything is worth so much more in terms of social currency than if they had won and everyone was like, of course. No, the Grammys and the Oscars and all those award shows gain nothing from all of us sitting at home being like, correct.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if we all just agreed, no one would tweet about it. We'd be like, yeah, that's the right answer. Congratulations. We all did like that answer.
Yeah, absolutely. It was kind of like for the longest time the Weeknd boycotted the Grammys, and then all of a sudden he decided that he was going to come back, which I thought was so funny. Like it obviously was. I think like if I were to put my tinfoil hat on, I think the Grammys knew he is done. Like he announced, I'm no longer going to be making music under the Weeknd. I might not even be making music anymore. And I think the Grammys were like, man, we got to like resolve this because like you said, people are hate watching, but like we need to hook this fan base before he's done, like totally done. Cause I thought the timing was so strange because he literally put out that album, appeared on the Grammys, and he's like, I'm done. Like I'm done music now under the Weeknd moniker. And it's like, this is so strange. But yeah, I think I agree with that. There is a component, whether or not it's true, there's a component that like, yeah, people will watch the Grammys or the ACMAs or whatever every year to see if Kelsea Ballerini is going to finally win, or if Luke Combs is going to finally win, or if Morgan Wallen will finally win, or whoever it is.
But also, if you're a person that watches these things, Kelsea Ballerini is maybe an exception. Just look at who goes. Like if at the beginning of the ACMs, they're like Luke Combs and Morgan Wallen aren't here, they aren't winning. Y'all, it's not. They aren't actually shocked.
Yeah, they're not going because they know.
There's that saying about wrestling. I always quote this saying about wrestling. Wrestling is scripted, but it's not fake. It's kind of like that. If you think, what I mean, it's just like it's not that deep.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think maybe that's what makes it worse with Kelsea is that she so badly wants to win an award, and her fan base so badly wants her to win the awards. Whereas with Morgan and Luke, it doesn't. At least maybe they do want to win, but they're not showing it. If anything, they're actively showing like I don't give I don't care about this at all.
Yeah.
But Kelsey, like, so desperately, she's like there, she's cheering for people, she's on screen, and then she's like making videos after about how
Mhm.
sad she is and like all this stuff. Um, and like I know the big like for the ACMAs, especially this year. Am I saying that right? Yeah, it's the ACMAs.
ACMs.
ACMs? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Academy of Country Music
No
Award
award
series.
at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
um, they utilized her so much for promo, and like people
Mhm.
were her fans were so mad that they utilized her that
Okay,
much for
but then
promo, and then
but reverse engineer it from a Kelsea Ballerini standpoint, right? Because what
Mhm.
you just said to me was at the biggest night of country music, the majority of the promotion and screen
It's her.
time
Yeah.
was Kelsea Ballerini, like her
Yeah.
face,
Yeah.
her name, her face. If
Mhm.
she wins or doesn't win,
Yeah.
the value of the mentions and the thing, like that's
Absolutely.
why she does it. I don't think she
Yeah.
cares about the trophy at all. Hosting that award show is better at the
Mhm.
end of the day. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think
Absolutely. Yeah.
and also the tour sold well. She's good. She's good.
Oh yeah, no, and that's the thing, and I actually liken Kelsey to Taylor in a lot of ways. A lot of it is like her fan base. She's kind of like if Taylor never left country. Like her fan base is as devoted to her as Taylor's fan base is devoted to Taylor, right? I just see a lot of parallels there. She's a very emotional writer. She writes like, you know, yeah, all of her like a lot of breakup stuff, a lot of relationship stuff. So it's different than like a Lainey Wilson. It's different than, you know, what all of your other big time female artists that are up and coming. Like she is a little different. But it feels very much like kind of this parallel with her and Taylor Swift because her fan base is so loyal, and yeah, it's shown several times. But yeah, I've always found it very interesting how, and maybe this is why I've been more curious about Kelsey than even like I've obviously recognized Morgan Wallen hasn't really won a lot. Luke Combs hasn't really. I'm sure there's other artists that are like that as well. But I think the thing that made me the most curious about Kelsey is just how much it seems like she does want to win. Maybe she doesn't. Maybe she's just there to try to, build her platform, build her whatever. But like she's always at the ceremonies. She's always there. She's always like it just seems like she really wants this, and it's like the Academy or whatever awards ceremony it is like, nah, like not this time.
It's good. It's better for country music. Dolly Parton doesn't win that many awards, but she's at
Yeah,
everything.
that's true. Yeah, that's true. Well, and yeah, she's on a whole different level. That's for sure.